Are you desperate to get a girlfriend? You just really want to get the right girl, the right woman for you. Maybe you've never really had a girlfriend, or you haven't had one in a long time and you just really want that to happen. Well, I'm going to answer that question today on what to do here on Core Confidence. Hey guys, Dave with Core Confidence, and I'm going to answer a question today on getting a girlfriend when you don't want to really date. You just kind of want to go straight for the girlfriend. So here's the question. I'm just looking for a good woman and just want to get a girlfriend. How can I do that? I don't want to date, but just get right into a relationship. Okay, so this is a very interesting question, I'll say, because for the most part, that's just not the way it goes for guys. It can work that way. However, there's pretty much two situations. A, you're very experienced dating and have been on a hiatus and then want to get back to it. You know what you're doing. Okay, or B, you're really, it's kind of related to it, is that you're being very selective and letting her know that in dating, but you have to be very non-desperate. And all the time when I get questions like this, it comes from guys that are desperate, lack experience, have little or no experience, or have been out of the game for a while, okay? A lot of times, sometimes if they're guys that used to know what they're doing, like they're good in high school or college or in their 20s and their younger years, whatever, and they're getting rusty because they're married and getting back to it, those guys are still way ahead because they have at least some experience to reference, and it's actually not that different. There are things that are different in the modern day, but if it's been 10, 15, 20, 25 years, 30 years even, if they're getting back into it in their 50s or 60s, much easier to kind of rebuild from some baseline of some reference point. Okay, not saying it's not doable if you don't have experience with women and having girlfriends or hooking up or going on dates or whatever, but it's just a different ballgame. And it's totally indicative of the mindset of a guy who lacks experience. And also what happens, I was talking to one of my good friends about this, who's also, pretty damn good with women. I'm pretty damn good. I'm not the best, I'm not the worst. But, my specialty is being the shy and introverted guy who's gone through it, and also social and attraction and all that stuff, right? But anyways, we were talking, and he said guys that lack experience make the mistake of they also want the hottest women they can get as the girlfriend. And they're never going to fucking get them. Sorry, you're not going to get them because you're not the right kind of guy yet. You have to recondition yourself as the right kind of guy. So, again, for the most part, your reality and who you are as a guy when you ask this question is so far removed, so far from the women you think you can get. I'm sorry to say it, just there's the raw truth. It may hurt, but it's the truth. I'm going to give you the truth. I'm not going to, tickle your balls or pet your head or, soothe you, because you need the truth. Because once you know the truth, how it works and where you can start from, then you can actually make progress, okay? So that comes from a desperation and a yearning, and I wish, kind of almost like it's like a fairy tale you're living in when you come from that position. So A, you gotta focus your sights on dating around, and B, dating women that you probably consider average, quite frankly. Now, some guys may not be going for the hottest women, so that's already good if you have no little experience. Not saying you can't, but generally, these guys compartmentalize their interactions with women. So what do I mean by that? Well, it means that they don't flirt with all women. They don't interact with all women. They try to compartmentalize. Well, I need to flirt only with the cute, hot, or super hot, or beautiful ones, but the rest of women I just ignore, and I kind of, don't even pay them any mind, right? Not good. I want to flirt with all women. And then also because women are very varied in their experience. So not saying that a hot woman can't be cool, but sometimes hot women or really attractive women are dead fish in bed. They're not that cool. They're more superficial. They can be because they get all this attention and they get all this stuff given to them and they haven't had to do much. And the less attractive women can be really awesome in bed. They can be really cool to hang out with, really chilled out, really supportive. Now, I'm not saying the hot and beautiful women can't be that way, but guys are putting too much focus on the physical qualities and not the personality characteristics or the inner characteristics of women. And of course, the ideal is to have both, right? But I'll tell you what, as I get older, I have a wider variety of what I'm attracted to physically, and a little less, sometimes a lot less, than what I'm willing to put up with personality-wise. If a chick is not cool, bitch, but I can handle myself though too. I can actually get those chicks attracted to me because I know what I'm doing. So then it determines what I want to do, right? What I want to do with her. Now, certainly if she's like that, there's no changing her. So she probably isn't going to be a candidate for a relationship or being one of my girlfriends, right? But I might hook up with her. You know, might throw her a bone if she's not super cool. You know what I mean? So it depends what I'm into in that time. So again, you got to get rid of the desperation and neediness, and you got to work on yourself. And the best way is to do the things to become that attractive, best version of you. Work on your career, work on your health. Yes, work on your dating, attraction, social confidence skills. Absolutely, all that stuff. Because I know for a fact that what we attract is not what we want, but more who we are. Or we attract the matching pair for that. So obviously, if you want a really beautiful, feminine, sexy woman, you can't be a beautiful, feminine, sexy guy. There's a polarity there, right? But you've got to be the, not the opposite, but you've got to be the matched pair for that, right? And so it tends to also go that the more kind of masculine that you are, the more you'll attract a more feminine thing. And masculine means a lot of different things these days. I'm not talking about just alpha, haha. But if you're, you know, a leader, if you know how to interact with people well, if you have a sexy edge, right? That is quite masculine, at least in my world, right? I'm not some meathead muscle-bound guy, and there's nothing wrong with meathead muscle-bound guys, and meathead muscle-bound guys can be leaders and very friendly and warm and social and cool. It doesn't mean they're jerks, not by any means. But see what I'm saying here? So you gotta work on being that best version of you. You have to, no attractive or hot or even cute woman is gonna go with a desperate and needy guy, ultimately. Unless she's super desperate and needy and you don't want that. You just don't want it, okay? Then you're being codependent and co-needy, and it's just, sucks, it's horrible. Okay, so interesting question, but you're gonna have to get out and about and date simply because you're gonna need the skills, because it's sort of like you've never really skied very much. You're like, okay, I wanna go ski, in an Olympic slalom race, downhill race. I wanna go ski in the race. So I want to go do that. Dude, you haven't even like strapped on skis and gone on the bunny hill, let alone an intermediate hill, let alone an advanced hill that's not Olympic, especially if you're going for the super hot women. You're not. You have to get experience dating and getting skills. And I have clients that I've worked with that are the same way. And they're like super picky. And I'm like, dude, you're super picky? You have no experience. You're more attractive than you were, but we still got some things to work on. And you're not going to get those skills just by thinking about it and hoping. You have to go out there and practice them on real women, on live women, okay? And again, like what you consider hot and cute is going to be different than me, or beautiful than other guys and all that. So maybe you are more in range. Maybe you are more grounded in that. You know what I mean? And something that's hot or beautiful for you might not be for me, or vice versa. Seriously. Like there's so many varieties of women. Like for instance, for me, I typically don't find the waifish thin model thing very attractive. I like women with asses. I like women with hips. I've been incredibly surprised at times when I've been with those women how turned on I've been, especially in bed, versus what I thought I was supposed to be attracted to by society. Now, I'm not saying I'm not attracted to those skinny women. Sometimes I am, because they can be hot, and also personality has a lot to do with it. Energy, vibe has a lot to do with it. What's her quality of character, right? What's her life experience? Things like this. What's her upbringing? How was she raised? All that stuff plays into me hanging out with the girl, right? But again, there's variations and everything. So, great question. I hope that answers it. And until next video, we're done. See ya.